The U.S. government can't go bankrupt because we can print our own money.
Hey, everybody, it's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan, and that was Jared Bernstein. He is an American economist, and he's also the chair of the United States Council of Economic Advisors. Shock of it all, boy, do we need a change. All right, here is the market leaning to the green. Bitcoin is about to roll over to 62,000, currently up 4% on the 24-hour. The big winner of the day, though, really in my portfolio is WADZPAY. It was just a couple of days ago that they were thrilled to announce that the Dubai-based entity of WADZPAY had been granted a virtual asset service provider. That's the VASP. It's a license for the virtual asset broker-dealer services by Dubai's Virtual Asset Regular Authority, VARA. Ooh, it's a mouthful. Well, it's really good because the regulatory authority in Dubai, it has very high standards. And then we hear that they're going to launch a stablecoin. And then what really put that candle in a upward motion was the announcement that the former Ripple employee, Jason Saria Solos, is going to lead that project. WADZPAY is currently trading up 25% on the 24-hour. What I like about WADZPAY is they are laser focused on a region in the world where they know they can be successful. The Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse put out a tweet today that there are new native capabilities to projects building on the ledger and the momentum is growing. He gave a great shout out to the XRP Gold Coast, which just happened in March from the 22nd to the 24th. He talked about Las Vegas, which started today, and the XRP Ledger Apex in Amsterdam from June 11th through the 13th. If you have HBAR in your portfolio, I've got a clip for you that talks about how much BlackRock knew about the ETF built on Hedera. And then following that, well, there is no second best, according to Michael Saylor. Even if you don't own Bitcoin, this is interesting to see some of the key opinion leaders in the space talking on stage, especially when they are a maxi. All right, everybody, do take care. Sayonara for now. Bye-bye.
It's kind of, some people on crypto Twitter, like, how involved were they? I mean, it's kind of one of those, like, what does that really mean? Like, right. I've been talking to them for years. I have great respect for them. They couldn't have dealt with everything more professionally. They've been super open and honest in every dealing with us, and we've tried to do the same with them. They were aware of what we were doing. We made sure we followed what they required of us in the press release, and and that's it. So involved, no. Aware, certainly. And hopefully, through this relationship, we'll demonstrate some of the advantages of putting the assets on chain. I mean, they're fully aware of it. The BlackRock team are ahead of the game, I'd say, compared to a lot of other investment managers.
There's no better way, no way I'd prefer to start the day than talking about Bitcoin and why there is no second best. What's the best crypto proof of work asset? Bitcoin is the best. How good is it? It's 97% of all of the market cap of crypto proof of work. After Bitcoin, you have to go all the way down to Dogecoin, literally a joke created over the weekend by an engineer as a joke to find the second best. Obviously, there is no second best proof of work asset. But you know what? There's no second best crypto. Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Now, why is it the best crypto asset? Because it's increasingly clear that no other crypto token is going to achieve institutional acceptance this decade. Bitcoin is the only crypto that's going to cross the chasm. You could see the writing on the wall when the spot ETF of Bitcoin was approved in January. By the end of May, you'll know that Ethereum is not going to be approved. And when Ethereum is not going to be approved, sometime this summer, it'll be very clear to everyone that Ethereum is deemed a crypto asset security, not a commodity. After that, you're going to see that Ethereum, BNB, Solana, Ripple, Cardano, everything down the stack is just a crypto asset security unregistered. None of them will ever be wrapped by a spot ETF. None of them will be accepted by Wall Street. None of them will be accepted by mainstream institutional investors as crypto assets. This is the one universal consensus accepted institutional grade crypto asset in the world. There won't be another one this decade. I can't speak to 20, 30, 40, 50 years out. Anything can happen that far out. But between the year 2024 and the year 2030, the die is cast, the writing is on the wall. This is the winner. There is no second best. And Bitcoin is digital gold. It's sort of true, but it's not a very good narrative. Why? Because if you talk to 1,000 billionaires and you say, well, how many of you made $1 billion investing in gold? And the answer is 0. And if you go to 1,000 wealthy families and say, now that you're wealthy, are you going to go buy $1 billion of gold? The answer is no. And you say, well, we've got digital gold. It's great. It moves at the speed of light. It's programmable. You can teleport it. It's great. And they go, well, that's nice, but I don't own any gold. Okay, I can't find anybody that owns gold. The people that are advocates of gold don't own gold. Peter Schiff, on the record, has spent 15 years advocating gold. And when you ask him, Peter, do you own any gold? It's like, oh, no, I don't own gold. It's a very small part of my portfolio. Okay, so find me someone that actually owns gold that you could even debate on the topic. And the answer is it just seems to be 1% to 3% oddity, in any portfolio. So, yeah, Bitcoin is the best commodity, but the truth is all commodities are dogs, and Bitcoin actually fixed the commodity. But that word commodity is a dirty word. Every intelligent business person, every intelligent investor knows that you should run as fast. Run, don't walk away from commodities. What's the best capital asset? Bitcoin. What's the second best? There is no second best. Now we're in the era of institutional adoption. Institutions, corporations, and investors are going to define the future of this network from 1 trillion to 100 trillion. And that's appropriate, right? From 2008 to 2020, the network went from 0 to 150 billion. And between 2020 and 2024, it went from the 150 billion to 1.4 trillion. So you can see how this is lining up. Of course, institutions and corporations are going to join this network. They have all the money. It's a monetary network, right? At the end of the day, you have a monetary network, then people with all the money, that run the money, that need the money, are going to join the network. So in summary, look, Bitcoin's the best idea. There's no more powerful idea than the digital transformation of capital. Right? What are you going to do with this? Well, you're going to improve your life, your family, your product, your service, your company, your institution, your government, or your world, right? Improve them all, right? It's pretty straightforward how you do it. You've got pure economic energy. It's not the solution to every problem in the world. It's just the solution to half the problems in the world. But every other problem in the world, you're going to need economic energy or economic power to solve it. And this is how you harness and channel that power. No force on earth can stop an idea whose time has come. This is an idea, its time has come, it's unstoppable. And so I'm going to end with the observation that Bitcoin is the best. The best what? The best. It's the best. It's the best idea. Once you've found the best idea, everything else you can invest your time, which is scarce, or your energy, which is scarce, everything you can invest your time and energy in is dilutive, everything else. So what do I suggest? I suggest study Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin, hold Bitcoin, build on Bitcoin, advocate Bitcoin, defend Bitcoin, and then you can enjoy Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, there is no second best. Thank you.